Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
If you're a fan of comic books and comic book conventions, Daytona Beach Comic Con needs to be on your list of must-attend events. It's a show that actually focuses on comic books. Imagine that! This year's event is happening on Saturday, September the 6th, and Sunday, September the 7th. Silverline creators will be there, so we'll see you at the show. There's a new convention in town, and it's sure to be mega fun without the mega expense. Comics, toys, collectibles, pop culture. ShadowCon, Saturday, February 1st, 2025 in Orlando, Florida. Silverline creators will be there, so we'll see you at the show. If you find yourself in the Orlando area, and let's be honest, doesn't everyone come to Orlando for the House of Mouse? Head over to Coliseum of Comics to get your comic book fix. Be sure to check out their location on East Colonial Drive, where they carry a wide selection of independent comics, including Silverline books. Stop by and don't forget to tell them Silverline sent you. Hey, if you're an independent comic creator looking to get your comic printed, look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our comics and do a fantastic job. They can even print special edition covers. When you reach out to them, be sure to tell them Silverline sent you.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kelber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday nights as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline.
Well, hello, everyone. How is everybody this Wednesday night?
We're doing fantastic. Thank you, Barb. And how are you?
Oh, Wisconsin is actually, I'm starting to see some greenery. I have some daffodils up. Cassisi will be joining us hopefully in a little bit. So tonight, my name's Barb Kelberg, and I am hostessing tonight. Long time comic book artist, creator of Divinity, and the CFO of Silverline Comics. Martin, unmute yourself.
I'm I have to mute because I have to go put some pack animals down. I'll be right back. Hang on.
All right. Go ahead, Rob.
So I will introduce myself. I'm Rob Davis, a longtime artist in the industry as well. It's right around the same time Barb started. I started.
I think we started about the same time.
And as I usually say, from recently, I've drawn everything from Merlin in the past until Captain Kirk in the far future, and all kinds of stuff in between. I now work for Silverline Comics. Did the miniseries Twilight Grim for them, which just finished publishing through previews. And I am working with Barb on the first issue of a special book special secret project that we've been working on that hopefully we can soon announce. But the first issue's done. Barb inked it and has had to move on to other projects. And I guess I'll get a new inker or I'll ink it myself. We'll see what happens. Not sure what Roland wants to do yet.
Sorry about that.
Stuff happens. You have a lot of irons in the fire. So
I
you have
do
to,
have a lot of irons in the fire, and if
uh,
I need to, I need to make some progress on Divinity to keep up with
yeah, yep,
Roland's
yep,
schedule for
yeah, and that
Diamond,
other project is lower on the priority list.
right?
Definitely, absolutely.
Speaking of Diamond, that's a great segue. Right now, at Diamond, like I said, I had to bow out of that because I need to concentrate on Divinity because it's going to be an ongoing series, and every 3 months it'll be solicited in Diamond. But right now, we have Trump's. A 4-pack collection is now available.
I saw that.
To pre-order from your local retailer.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Trump's first 4 issues. I don't know if it did it wrap up in that 4 issues.
The story did, yeah. That story did.
It was all complete in 4 issues. Well, it is all available as a pack,
of 4,
from your Diamond. From your Diamond retailer. Go out and tell your local retailer that you want it. It's Diamond code April 25, 1637. So
that's a good number. Easy to remember.
Yeah.
1637.
So this. Am I allowed to reveal that last page or no? No, I won't reveal that last page, but it ends with the end.
So
there's a question mark. There's a question mark there.
It's probably the story completes, but
yes,
it could be. We could tell another story. Yeah.
Yes.
Quite possible.
That makes sense.
Well, the decks have been shuffled, and a new game has started. So yeah,
that's right. By the way, this is Martin Mertonen, colorist extraordinaire on Silverline's Wolf Hunter.
Well, that's awfully kind. Thank you so much. Yes, Wolf Hunter 1 and Wolf Hunter 2. And Wolf Hunter 2 looks absolutely spectacular, especially once you stick the word balloons on top of my colors. And it looks really good. The word balloons actually tied the whole thing together. It was really cool to see that. So the inker did a great job. The penciler did a great job. And the story really works. So I'm excited to see that when that comes out. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
And we also currently have
Fund My Comic.
Yep. Cat and Mouse Vipers #1 is available at Fund My Comic, a campaign. They're in the messages. We have 4 days left to go on this. We are fully funded, but we've got some amazing stretch goals available. So this looks like a super, super fun.
I haven't looked in a day or two. Is there any artwork still left? Do you know?
I have not checked.
There were a couple of pieces left a few days ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Holy cow. The original cover B inks by Thomas Floramonte is still available.
That was still there.
It's still there.
I can't believe it's still there either.
Holy cow. That's
so if you're interested in some kick-ass art for that cover, head over there and that's an add-on that you can add on. I think there's a piece or two others, but I don't remember that. But that's the one that stuck in my mind. Is that one should have gone. I'm very surprised it's still there.
I'm amazed that one has not gone yet. I'm actually shocked.
It looks like it looks like there's been some additional pencils that have been added.
Okay.
Thomas Floramonte's original inks are still available. Yes, and for a very good price. So
fantastic price.
Sorry, we are sold out of what? The original art cover B got sold out though.
Mm-hmm.
But there are looks like there's some new pencils that have been thrown up, and.
And for those of you who want to get any back orders of any of our books, so say you wanted, I don't know, Divinity 1 through 4.
Yeah.
You can order that on any of the crowdfunders as well. You can throw them into your add-on bucket and get
anything we've crowdfunded prior to this. It's like Twilight Grim. That's going to those all 4 issues of that are available. Trump's is available. Wolf Hunter's available.
All of them.
Yeah, everything we've done so far. Yeah.
Right. And if you
So-
don't know what Cat and Mouse Vipers is about, Cat and Mouse 1 through 4 dealt with human trafficking. And now they are on to a second round of books. And this one is going to be fighting giant child snatching vipers. Yes, vipers. That's what I said. The snakes type thing.
Bang.
They look intense.
They took,
Mm.
yeah.
And
With the
the
big-
covers are stunning. They colors and everything. Just yeah, very nice.
Very cool.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
there's Kaz. Yay.
Yeah,
Hey,
All right.
so can I tell a funny story about the cat and mouse vipers?
Sure.
So I was twittering around on Twitter or X or whatever it's called these days, and I stumbled upon our little promo for that, and it was saying, "Cat is caught by the viper, and there's no one there to save him." And I was looking at the picture, and I went,
Oh, Jesus. That's my phone.
"That's exactly what I said.
That was perfect, actually.
Exactly what I said.
What
It was
kind
that."
of timing is that? That's just
So, or maybe that's Roland calling. Maybe that's Roland calling you to tell me to stop telling the story because I was looking at the advertisement and went, "That's not cat. It's
Oh my God.
mouse."
Yeah.
So he fixed it. So, anyways,
wow. Well, at least
it
you
was
caught
mouse. Mouse was caught by a viper, and will she escape? You will have to buy the book to find out.
Yeah,
So-
little Led Zeppelin. That's the immigrant song for is my ringtone. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, tonight's show, you just came in time because we just got all of the advertising and promo out of the way.
So should we
Um,
have Kaz introduce himself?
Yeah, go ahead and
Since he's
introduce yourself.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Writer here at Silverline pins a story of Trump's in the Christmas issue. Got a Silverline Team Up Volume 2 coming out with Miss Fury and Tempest and another
Yes.
character named Sigma. So that'll be coming out.
All
That's
right.
me.
Yay.
Really short.
Woohoo.
Short and sweet.
Tonight's
All right.
show is talking about characters inspired by animals. Now, I put a
that's
put
right,
a caveat on
Oh,
here.
inspired by animals, not the animals themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, inspired by animals. I put a caveat on here. No insects. So,
No,
you know,
no,
like
what? I'm sorry, I
wasp,
coughed.
no
Why?
insects, because that's a whole nother
Oh.
show.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
those aren't animals.
Fair.
Yeah.
So
Insects
that
and
means we
animals
have
are
to
two
leave.
different genera.
Okay. So Team
I'm
Beetle is out,
allowing-
eh?
Yeah,
Yes, Team
great
Beetle's
job.
out for this one. I'm
Okay,
allowing birds and reptiles, but insects is a whole issue by or
Birds,
show by
reptiles,
itself.
and insects. Okay, all right.
mammals,
Mm-hmm.
birds, and reptiles.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start with this one. Obviously,
Mhm.
cat and mouse. So, what makes it? I mean, obviously, a cat is an appealing superhero because cats have claws and they're very
Nine
you know,
lives.
yeah,
Agile.
agile. And what about mouse? What is it about a mouse that makes her a good choice?
Maybe underestimated, small, right? But can wreak a lot of damage depending on what you let the mouse get into.
I can get in almost anywhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they'd make great. Actually, they make great villains too because they make
Mhm.
great thieves. But yeah, you can get it. They can squeeze into just about anywhere. So yeah. Okay.
And definitely, you have more of a warm, fuzzy feeling for a mouse than say a rat.
Yeah.
Rats are disgusting. Mice are cute little fuzzy things.
Except they
Well.
still carry the plague, but you know.
I would prefer a villain be a rat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could see a mouse being a very sly, slick villain too, though. So that'd
Yeah.
be
Mousy
mhm.
kind of, yeah.
Again, underestimated.
Uh-huh.
They use what little they have, and they do very damaging things to you. and they laugh
Mhm.
about
They
it.
scare elephants.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Scare elephants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of the big, huge, obvious ones out of the way first. So
Yeah.
Batman, Wolverine. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can see why Batman is very appealing in the way that bats are kind of scary, and you associate them with the night, and
Mhm.
they're mysterious, and well, they've always been built up as these little flying monsters, with fangs and everything like that. So definitely scary. And a Wolverine will obviously be a great,
Tear you a new one.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Honey Badger don't care.
Yeah.
Now, what about in this show? Are we counting mythical creatures or no?
If they're not an insect, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if they're like a phoenix or something like that.
Yeah, that's in
Okay.
the bird
Okay. Fair.
I would say. So I mean, obviously, Batman, Wolverine, they're inspired by. I mean, bats are warm-blooded, so they're mammals, aren't they?
Well, they're mammals. Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
they fly, yeah, they're mammals.
Yeah. They're mice with wings.
Yep.
That's right. Mice with wings.
More or less.
Absolutely.
More or less. Yep.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
So then you have Catwoman, and then you have Cat from Silverline, and then you have the Prowler or the Cheetah, and then you have
And the
Yeah,
Black
Cheetah.
Cat over at
Black Cat
Marvel.
and Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have lots of cats, and then
Mm-hmm.
so cats
kinds of
are
cats.
easy.
Black
yeah.
Panther. There's be another
Why is
cat,
that?
I guess.
Yep.
Black
Mm.
Panther. Why?
Why Black
Why are
Panther?
why do cats make such good characters?
I mean, again, there's a mythical. There's even a god associated with cats, like the mythical
Fast.
kind of 9 lives, guardians, silent hunters. There's the big form where you can
There-
get
yeah,
big majestic cat, and then
Unlike
there's small
unlike
form.
dogs, cats never were fully domesticated. If
True.
anything, cats domesticated us rather than the other way around.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
cats retain that feral, wild part of themselves yet.
They're
And they're very
sleek.
agile. They're sleek. They're agile. Even when you
Yeah.
watch the cat move,
They're,
it's
Sinuous.
they're sensual. Yeah.
yeah.
They're
Sensual.
sinuous. They're sensual. They always seem to lend themselves better towards females.
Yeah, they do.
Cat does, as opposed to say like a lion or something like that.
Because there's grace involved. That gracefulness
Yeah.
with the cat, you kind of associate that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other thing that's interesting is cats all have kind of their own different attitudes too.
Yeah.
So you can take from that cat and apply it to the character, and it's different than this other cat, which you can apply to the character, right? So you have so many different ways you can go, and then cats can be evil or cats can be good,
Right.
and you have that whole milieu that you can go across.
And
So-
again, big cats and small cats, you can have a whole different dynamic, right?
Exactly.
The
Mhm.
aggression in a big cat or a cat of prey, right? Like
The
a
slyness of a small cat, and they all of them seem to exude confidence.
Yeah.
arrogance too. There's
Yes.
arrogance. Yeah.
Yes, worship
Yes.
me,
Yeah.
peon. Yes, I know. I've been a cat person my whole life. Speaking of
Saber-
cats,
my.
Sabretooth
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Killer Croc.
Yeah. All right. So this is
A couple of bad guys.
yeah.
Correct. Yep.
So this is
And I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
Sabretooth harkens back to a prehistoric fear. The big, humongous teeth on that guy. He's got claws. He's very vicious. And crocs. I'm terrified of crocodiles and alligators. So that's a natural villain for me right there. I mean, everybody has got a primal fear, I think, built into characters such as, Killer Croc. We have this fear of being eaten alive, right? So characters like that are based on man-eating predators will naturally make us have a primal fear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kaz?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of more, but yeah.
It's like I don't understand how Roland and Tommy Florimonte ride their bicycles in an area where there are alligators. That just, yeah, I guess they can outrun them with their bicycles, but my word,
They just use them as speed bumps.
I guess. Yeah, they're kind of the thing about like reptiles, especially, is that
Yeah.
their eyes, and
Mhm.
they're just kind of, and they're just the whole kind of alienness of them. So,
Yes, that's a
Mhm.
good way to
Yeah.
put it.
Mhm.
Alienness. I have this morbid fear. I have nightmares about being eaten by a grizzly. Oh, God.
Really?
So the evening news tonight had showed a black bear running
Yeah, I
across
saw that.
the parking lot of a mall.
Mhm.
But it's but it's
just
it's
come out of
weird though, because
hibernation.
when you think of a bear though, are bears really in art? Bears aren't really portrayed as, you don't see like the villain bear. You kind of see like the
Well,
archetype of
unless
the,
it's grizzly bears. Those are
right, but I mean in
there.
character, like inspired characters. Like you don't see like the villain that's like inspired by. I'm just saying that's interesting, that because I understand that fear of that big strong animal, but when
Are
you
there
think
any
of,
superheroes that are based on bears?
well, villains specifically though, right? Because people have
Go
a
ahead and look it up.
fear of a bear.
Hmm.
Are there like villains that are based on
There is a
bears?
Marvel character. There's a
Go-
Marvel character that is based on a bear, but I can't remember if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
I'd be interested to see if they portray a villain bear, because that's you could understand why they would, but
grizzly, I think, has
yeah.
been a villain. Though I
Oh,
couldn't tell you
okay.
where.
And
I think it's been used as a villain.
also there's a Russian guy in Marvel Universe 2 that's based on a bear, and I can't remember his name at the
Ursa,
moment.
Ursa Major
Ursa, that's it.
is a fictional character, a mutant appearing in American comics published by Marvel.
But isn't he a good guy though?
He's a member of the Soviet super soldiers.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he flip-flops.
Yeah, I
Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad.
Depends
Okay.
on who's in charge,
Yeah.
Then there's also
Thundercat.
Mikhail Ursus.
This is for Kaz.
Kaz is a big Thundercat. You're a big Thundercats fan.
Silverhawk.
I was too old for them. Yeah. I missed that.
My kids.
I missed that whole thing.
My son was 4, and that was his favorite. I had to make him a Thundercat birthday cake that year.
Wow.
I have photos. Yeah, I watched so much Thundercats because he had to watch them 400 times.
Yeah, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks.
I don't think I've ever seen a single episode.
Me either.
I always went to my friend's place. And we'd always see the advertisement for it, but I never got to see the show.
I mean, I think it only lasted for 2 years.
Yeah, it wasn't a long running show, but it's
Really?
very,
I don't think
very
it lasted
popular.
a long time. They did a movie. I think they had a season 2-ish.
I'm surprised by that because I thought it was huge when I was a kid.
I mean, because it sold toys, right? Like it sold toys, but it wasn't huge as in a long running show though. Yeah.
And for the little kids, they had Snarf.
Yep.
That's
and the kids, Wily Kit and Wily Cat, yeah.
Yeah. And why do you think this appealed to children so much? My son was crazy for this cartoon. Lion-O.
They were kind of cool. I don't know, but they were just a cool when they did on the screen too. It was very anime. Today, I would think that you would look at it as very anime-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Even the action sequences in Thundercats where they're flipping.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's very anime-ish.
Yeah, it's an early American
attempt at anime.
response to anime. Yeah.
Well,
Response to anime.
if it bolsters your notion of that, the animation for the episodes was provided by the Japanese studio Pacific Animation Corporation.
Absolutely.
There we go.
With Masaki Izuka as production manager.
Yeah, you
So
can.
that would explain that.
Yep.
But it was very appealing. They liked the cats, they liked the action, they liked the ferocity
Yep.
of Lion-O,
Yep.
um,
Anthro. Yeah, there was a lot.
Anthro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Again,
they
It was
cats.
He-Man. It was He-Man and cats, though, right?
That's
'Cause, I
right.
mean, when you think
Yep.
of the figurines of them, it was
True.
just big, muscle bound. Yeah,
True. I didn't think about
there was
that. You're
actually
right.
65 episodes.
yeah.
It was
That's
But how many
He-Man.
years? Like,
that's 3 seasons.
yeah,
That's 3 seasons because there's usually about 13 episodes per year that they
Yeah.
repeat in over and over and over again, which little kids love. They love to
Yep.
see stuff over and over and over again.
Yep.
So
I did. Yeah.
Strike Force 5.
Jurassic
Nothing like-
Strike Force.
This is put out by a
Is that what it
studio
says?
called Silver Force or Silver. I don't.
Is it called that? Silver? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what the name of the studio is, and I can't enlarge it large enough to see the little box up
Mhm.
in the
Yeah,
left-hand
it's-
corner.
Yeah, I've you
Jurassic
But-
Strike Force.
Silver
But turning-
Dragon? Is it Silver Dragon?
Silver Dragon. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
Silver
Silver
Dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah, I blew it up a little bit with my
Yeah.
iPad.
But that's a cool idea. Let's take a bunch of dinosaurs and turn them into superheroes.
Somebody needs to teach them how to do a better
Yeah.
logo, though.
Well,
That
hang
does
on a
not-
second.
That logo just kind of
Who would they
disappeared.
fight though? Who would they fight? I mean, I guess the villains are
Other
Hey,
dinosaurs.
Well, hang on. There was also Dinosaurs for Hire. So,
Yeah.
from our friend Tom Mason back in the day.
Yeah.
That's
So-
true.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they definitely had crazy characters inspired by.
We see
Animals of
pterodactyl
some
there in
kind.
the background and a
Yeah, yeah.
T-Rex. I can't remember what the name of this female character there is. My grandson would know, but he's 6. He would be able to name them.
No, don't
He
ask
would
me.
name
I've
them all.
never even heard of this before. So
Yeah, Triceratops is there.
Yeah.
So that's a cool take on the whole superhero as animals idea. Oh, look at this.
Now, this is
Hey.
One of those is not an animal.
yeah. So yeah, what? How? Okay.
All right, why has she got ears?
You know.
Well, she's the original Catwoman.
more or
I
less,
was
yeah.
I was hesitant to put this in, but then I'm like, why is she wearing ears if she's not inspired by an animal?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
She's
very
essentially
true.
wearing a cat suit. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're not supposed to say that though. But you're right. Yeah.
I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the original iteration of Ms. Fury was the Black Fury,
Oh, is that
You're
true?
correct.
Yeah.
I believe you're
which
right.
kind of gives you visions of a black cat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the original character. So we did a whole show on that a while ago,
Mhm.
last year sometime.
Yeah. Last
So
year sometime, yeah.
So it started as Black Fury and then quickly changed to Miss Fury because of another pirate character that was named the Black Fury. So
Mm.
they had to change the name, but the original character was got a suit because it was based off of a panther out of the jungles of Africa or something, and it gave her powers. But then they rebooted her, and then she just ended up having a suit that was based off of a panther. So
So still, I mean, even though she doesn't
Yep.
have any animalistic powers, I mean, neither does Catwoman. She's a jewel thief, right?
Right.
She's a
Mhm.
cat
Yeah.
thief.
Yep.
But she's still inspired.
She's a cat burglar.
A cat
Mhm.
burglar. That's it, cat burglar. So, but even so, Ms. Fury seems to be inspired by a cat because she has ears. So I included her.
that's fascinating. That top one,
Kangaroo Man.
Kangaroo Man.
Wow.
That's really interesting.
Wow.
He's not exactly what I would call intimidating.
He's not what? Sorry.
Intimidating.
Intimidating.
I mean, have you seen a kangaroo?
Kangaroos
I've
are
seen-
insane.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I would
know.
not want to get in a fight with a kangaroo.
Right.
I've seen, and they're
They can-
heavily muscled. I know. I've seen. But what a weird character.
So,
like Squirrel Girl. I mean, it's yeah.
Oh, interesting. So Kangaroo Man apparently was some sort of adventuring superhero
From Australia.
long time ago. I'm trying to figure out who the original
the sidekick Wombat. No,
Really?
No, I made that up.
Oh, I
Okay,
was going to say, wow.
Well, that would have been.
Oh,
Yeah.
Choice Comics. But then Marvel comes up with their version, I guess. And interesting. Very interesting.
And here
Huh.
we get
Is that Tiger Shark
back,
below?
Yeah, King Shark.
King Shark, yeah.
King Shark.
Okay.
Yeah.
From
So-
DC, I think.
So then
Yeah.
how does so if you got something like this Kangaroo Man, like, okay, so we're talking characters inspired by animals, but what happens if the character is the animal itself? What about the kangaroo from Tank Girl?
But that isn't inspired by an animal. That is an animal.
Yeah. So, but he's still.
Act that in the beginning, so you couldn't do like Danger
So
Mouse.
so wait, but maybe that's now that's a kangaroo inspired by a human, because then it has human traits that are.
Well, if it's just an animal and it's not like got human traits, does it have human traits?
Yeah. He talks and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then
He's like a
counts.
human. Yeah.
No, like,
Anthropomorphic.
that's the easy out. You
Anthropomorphic.
can't just say talking animals are inspired, but no, it can't.
No. He's like a human, but he's a kangaroo, and his name is Booga.
Well, my last
okay.
example is kind of like that too. So I have to let it.
Is Bucky O'Hare, is that considered? Would you consider like an animal, like you know what I mean? Like I don't think they're human-like, but they're not. I don't. We'll see. We'll just
They're
keep
anthropomorphic, yeah. But they're
Anthropomorphic.
Not,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
yeah. We're
Oh
gonna
yeah, so
debate
this shark character here, he starts crossing into a different kind of territory now, because
right.
you got like part actual animal and part human merging together.
Croc is like
Whereas
that
you go
too, though.
Yeah.
You know?
And the
True.
rhino, yeah.
So
and this is
yeah.
this taps into one of my primal fears too, is being eaten by a shark. Yes, I have a real primal fear being eaten alive, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, I watched Jaws a week before I went on spring break at college to Florida. And I wouldn't get in the water.
I don't think you ever want to see the map of all the states that actually allow cannibalism.
Ugh.
All right. Obviously, we had to throw this one in.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, that's anthropomorphic again.
Yep. But they're more human, it seems like, than
Wait, what is going
turtle.
on in this picture? Who is the yellow one?
Well, I don't know. I just grabbed it. I didn't even look at how many there were. Yeah, you're right. Who is the yellow one?
5.
I have no idea.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, maybe that's
Is that the girl?
April?
No, not April. There's a girl turtle.
Is there?
In some iterations, yes.
She doesn't have. She doesn't. Yeah, there's no chest there, so no, it looks like another male.
I have no idea. It was a cool photo. I grabbed it quick because I was in a hurry.
It's very cool. I'm interested. Now I have to look that up.
Jenica, the 5th turtle.
Huh?
Jenica.
So it is a female. All right. Well,
I mean, is that canon? Because when we look at the Last Ronin, they don't reference Jenica as being killed by.
She'll be like, so it'll probably be dependent on who had licensed them from when, and all that kind of stuff. So,
I want to throw this out there. What kind of crazy mind, and obviously we know, would have thought taking a turtle, like, oh yeah, let's make these into kick-ass superheroes.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I can think of 100 different animals that would have come into that race before a turtle.
It's cool though.
Yep.
I mean, it made it.
It worked.
It made it.
That's the thing.
You never
In
know.
fact, it's extremely popular with kids.
And it was smart, right? The different color.
Still is.
It was really, really smart. Yeah.
It was popular with my son. Now it's popular with my grandson. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it caught my attention when I was a
I
kid
was
too.
hoping you bring up Badger.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I have to.
Badger, yes,
I actually
yes.
worked on several issues of the Badger, so
Exactly.
it's close to my heart. Besides, this is everything about this takes place in and around Madison, Wisconsin, where I live. And yeah, and the state animal is the badger. If you go into the state capitol downtown here, you look up, and all around the ceilings in the rotunda there's these badger gargoyles. Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. Yeah.
Badgers are awesome creatures. They and Wolverines are very similar. So,
yep. So,
I mean, what kind of hero is it? Is it like a kung fu kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Badger is? Oh, yeah. You need to, if you haven't read any Badger.
Okay.
So when Mike originally designed the Badger, I think he was a Vietnam vet with tons of PSTD, and he had split personalities. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
And he has tons of split personalities, and one of them's like a gay interior designer, and one of them's his real name is Norbert. And he's got all these split personalities, and he's got a shrink, and he lives in Barneville, just outside of Madison here, in a castle with a wizard, and he's a ninja warrior, basically.
It's a hell of a concept, man. You need to get a hold of it and read it.
It's tense.
Yeah, because he's crazy.
Intense.
I mean, in a good way.
Yeah.
He flips back and forth between his personalities all the time. And the Badger is one of them.
But when the badger goes after you, good night.
Yeah.
That's just saying.
Bye. You're
cool.
done.
And the Badger is a person that is one of those personalities.
Yes. Him and Norbert are the two dominant personalities, and he's got a bunch of other ones. A little kid. I can't remember the name of the little kid, and there's several other ones.
So,
I haven't read it in decades now, but I loved getting it when it was out every month. I was for bi-monthly. I forget which it was.
I've only read.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
I've only
story.
read parts of it, and it's bonkers.
It is bonkers, but it's such a fun read. It really is.
Yeah. Okay.
Just really good.
In one of the issues, Mike even made fun of the tornado that came through Barneville. There was a tornado that came through in the comic. Well, it wasn't funny in real life. It wiped out 99.9% of the town.
Oh wow!
But there's like one building remained, I think. But he did manage to throw the tornado in there too.
No.
Vulture. The vulture, yes.
Vultures are disgusting animals. Birds, whatever.
They are awesome garbage cleanup, though.
Yeah, I mean, they may not be the prettiest, but they have a function.
They have a function, but they're disgusting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot of them flying around where I live. So,
and I think they've really done a really good job of making this. I mean, he's not handsome by any means. Neither is a vulture. So they've done he's got quite the schnoz on him. I think they've designed him well to fit with the concept of a vulture.
Yeah, I thought Michael Keaton's rendition of him in the movie was just spot on. Very, very good. Nice take on the whole concept of the vulture. So a scavenger, definitely. Yeah. Which is what vultures are. They don't prey on anything. They're the cleanup crew. Yeah, as you said earlier, they're the cleanup crew. They come in and take out anything that's dead alongside the road. They're going to take it out. They're going to clean it up. So they do have a purpose.
I mean, but the whole name, the name vulture gives you a kind of an ew factor, right?
Yeah.
So just the image of a vulture is pretty cool in regards to being a villain. What do you think, Martin?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yes. Yeah.
Kaz?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I couldn't imagine a vulture as as like a hero.
No,
version.
Condor. Like there was Black Condor was a DC character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a condor that they are majestic, even though I think they are also scavengers, but they're just
They are.
so majestic.
They are. Yeah, they
Mhm.
ride. They ride
Didn't they?
the thermals. Yep.
Didn't they make a movie called The Black Condor?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
And it was awful.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know if it was based on the DC character.
Yeah, I don't. Would it be based on
No.
the character? I don't think so.
I don't think
Black
so. No.
Condor
Oh no! Here we
movie.
go. Who's this?
The
The
orca.
orca.
Oh, the orca. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, here's another anthropomorphic. He's not.
Mhm.
He's not really human. He's a cross. Ooh.
Do you know
Yeah.
that orcas are the smartest fish in the ocean, even smarter than dolphins?
Yes, they're very
Really?
smart. And
Yeah,
they're also
I've been
very...
watching Tom Hanks.
Aren't they dangerous? Aren't they killers though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
They're predators. Yeah, they're predators.
Their predators are main prey as seals. And
Yeah.
they're very good at it.
So let me ask. So what would we consider like the Phantom?
The Phantom?
You talking about the comic strip Phantom?
Yeah. Isn't that the
purple
one
suit?
like Strength of
He's
Ten
not based on-
Tigers?
The
He's not
purple
based
guy?
on an animal.
Yeah.
he's not. Yeah, he's not based on an animal.
He just
Oh.
inherits like. I guess
Well-
he's not even moving like an animal. He just summons like their strength.
No,
right?
he's the Avenger of the Jungle. He's. Do you know what his origin is? The Phantom.
Didn't he
He's-
find
he's a-
like some artifact?
He's a generational hero. One of his ancestors was on a ship that there was, if I recall correctly, there was a mutiny on board, and he was marooned, and then saved by the local natives, and then got involved in helping
Yeah.
save them from the white slavers and that kind of stuff, and that's how he became. And he avenged I think his father was the captain of the ship that they were on, or something.
He
like
didn't have animal abilities, so did he?
I thought he would
No.
say things like the strength of 10 tigers, like give me the strength of 10. Didn't he?
that may have been one of the iterations of him on
Okay.
television.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not the original. He's
Okay.
just a very. He's Batman. He's Batman in the jungle, more or less.
Got it.
Who in the world
Squirrel Girl.
would make Squirrel a superhero? But
It makes sense to me. I think.
Yeah. Isn't that one of Steve Ditko's creations?
Squirrel
Oh,
Girl?
okay.
I thought she was more
think-
recent. Oh, no,
I think-
she was around in the X-Men
Yeah.
in the 80s, wasn't
I
she?
think he's the one who created her, but that may be a weird memory that I've created for
I don't
myself.
know a lot about her other than
Yeah, but I think that's true. I think that's right.
Can't she like really beat anybody, but they don't really show her beating anybody? And she's supposed to be like really, like really powerful or something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
she
she's one of the strongest characters in the world. That's what, yeah.
what is her
Yes.
characteristics?
Well,
Squirrel.
she got a big fluffy tail.
Yeah.
Does she eat a lot of nuts? I mean,
Maybe. Yeah, she was created by Steve Ditko.
Okay, my memory is as good as I thought it was. Okay, I thought I might have made that up. Because it's such a strange thing for him to have created. You know, after creating The Question and Mr. A and some of the other stuff he's created.
Agility, strange. She can communicate with squirrels. Tractor, retractable knuckle spikes, razor sharp claws, prehensive tail, night vision. I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
Powerful.
Surprisingly, Squirrel Girl was invented in 1991, and Steve Ditko was the artist to create her. But Will Murray was the writer who came up with her, and then the original artist who was supposed to draw her or make her look fell through, so it went to Ditko. He asked for Ditko, and they got him, and he gave her the look and feel that she has.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Definitely based on an animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Battle of the Planet.
Yeah.
Are we in Kaz's territory again?
No,
here?
I never liked them.
Oh, okay.
Right, like I didn't like the look of them, but yeah,
You didn't like the look of this?
I didn't,
G-Force?
I didn't like G-Force
This,
at all.
whatever this was, I had no idea what this was, but this intrigued the snot out of me as a kid.
Really?
I would stare at the pictures in the back of comics of the little picture of this, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and it just intrigued me.
Oh, you've
But
never
I
seen a
never
cartoon?
I've never seen it. I've never seen an episode. I've never seen a book of it until like in the last maybe 10 years. I've started seeing some stuff on this, but I've still never seen a full episode or whatever.
Again, very anime-ish. This is
Yes.
like very anime-ish.
Yeah, well, it originated out of anime. It came from Japan, I think.
They're all bird based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to see this on TV quite a bit, and poor animation, but still, it was entertaining, and they're all had their little different powers. But I thought it was just a really cool throwback, and I didn't want to show all Marvel and DC, so we have a little gold key here.
Yep.
Little throwback to gold key. This is the last one, and
Wow.
I so highly recommend this one.
Mice.
I
It looks
have
pretty
this
cool.
one.
It looks pretty cool, actually.
I
So-
have this one, and let me tell you, I cannot recommend it enough. It was it's written by Brian Glass, and Michael Avon Oming does the artwork.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's it.
So now, do you guys know the Mouse Guard?
I
I've
have that
heard
one
of
as
the-
well. I
Yep,
have that series as well.
Yeah.
And-
So those would be in my mind. These would be competing properties.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think Mouse
again,
Guard
this
came out
is-
first.
This is actual mice rather than
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
than quote unquote
they-
inspired by, but
Right.
yeah.
And it's about a young mouse, Carrick, and he wants to become one of the legendary Templars. And as you can see, they fight like old time knights, and they've got villains and everything like that. I love these books, and I love Mouse Guard as well. I have both. I can't recommend this one enough. And the art, obviously. I mean, come on.
So in this one, is it animals that are inspired by humans?
Yes, I suppose it would be
Yeah,
a flip.
it's a reverse psychology. Yes.
Yes, I mean Michael Avon Oming. You know the art is going to be outstanding.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So,
One of the modern masters. Yes.
yep, and that is my last one. I gotta figure out how to remove. All right. So now here's where I asked you guys questions.
Okay.
Why do people feel like it's cool to make their characters based on animals?
Animals can do cool things, and they're easy material. I mean, it's true, and they're easy material to farm a power source, right? Like it's hard. To me, it's hard thinking of really good power sources or abilities that aren't cheesy. You go with an animal. I mean, gosh, it's strong. Depending on which animal you pick, obviously, strong, agile. You could go on the mysterious parts of them too. Like cats have 9 lives. Oh yeah, so this person has like 9 lives, or they're a phoenix, so they don't die, right? You could constantly pick. They glow in the dark. They communicate with other animals. They can swim. They can hold their breath. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. And then when you get in insect territory, it's over. Like,
Well, that's a whole other show.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
definitely.
But it's so easy to just be inspired to go in a direction.
Isn't that feel like a cheat?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And I think it makes it easy. The thing about comics is that you're trying. You want to get the message across quickly.
Mhm.
So one of the ways you do
Oh,
that is to pick something that's iconic in
easily
order, so
relatable.
everybody knows what a cat is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what a bat is.
Relatable.
Everybody knows what a dog is, and what kind of abilities they have.
Yeah. You don't have
So
to.
boom,
Yeah.
you say Batman. Okay, yeah. This is so it makes them immediately identifiable. It gives them something. You need something simple to show what the character does, so that when you're drawing him or putting him in action, you can tell that's That's silhouette. That's Batman. That's silhouette. That's
Yeah.
that character. That's
Yeah,
Catwoman. That's
Yeah.
You
from
can
just from
immediately
the
steal.
silhouette, you get
Yeah.
the immediate impact of who or what they are.
Right,
So
and
that's one of the strengths of using animals as a basis.
yeah, and then you can also steal all the different patterns and the elements of the animal to incorporate into the costume easily.
Good and bad.
Right,
Yeah, good
right.
and bad.
So you can take those. You now have instantly recognizable things that you can incorporate into the character, so that it's a really quick way to have something substantial without having to do too much.
And
Right?
you can always do a cool take on an animal. You know,
Exactly.
of all the things that don't feel like you can repeat it, you can always make a different version of a cat. Like
Yeah.
I can't explain it. Like you can
Yeah.
always come out with a good character.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
I mean,
based
there's
on an
how many can we just name right off? Tigra,
Yeah.
Catwoman, Miss
Shara.
Fury.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just keep
Yeah.
Black
keep
Cat.
going.
Yeah.
Black
And that's
Cat.
not
I
even
mean,
getting
we
to
could
the
just
big
keep
cats,
going.
right?
That's
just-
without without much thought at all.
Yeah.
I've come up with 5. So
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
And do you think that you can make any animal?
I do. I think you can find inspiration if you observe
Absolutely.
the animal though. You
So
have to
Yeah.
observe it though, right? Like
Yeah.
if
how
you ridiculous,
about the Doberman and the poodle?
you could.
Totally.
oh my
100%.
gosh, that would be a great
Yeah.
comic.
Well, I mean,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have them be that'd be a great comic. Oh yeah.
I mean,
that
genre.
would be
You can
fun.
any genre too. You can make that a comedy. You can
Yeah,
make.
you
You can try to flip it to just be a complete serious superhero. You can do it whatever you
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Doberman and poodle.
And the Yorkie.
I mean, cat and mouse is a good example of that, right?
Yeah,
That's
How
right.
many versions of cat? Tom and Jerry,
Yeah.
like cat and mouse, can be done in
Yeah.
a whole bunch of different. Yeah.
So then we'll do the pelican and then the puffin and
Pelican.
the seagull.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even do Raven. There's so many. There's a
Yeah,
whole
yes.
bunch of,
Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the crow. There's the crow.
There's the
Raven,
crow.
Nightwing,
Yeah.
Raven,
Yeah.
Nightwing. We can just keep
There's a
going.
ton, yeah.
The ostrich.
Ostrich.
You
The
can do it.
ostrich and the emu.
Emu.
I mean, like, so yeah, so I mean, those would immediately lend themselves to being like more humorous characters, right? So like maybe they're like
Good.
criminals that really suck at being criminals, but they're really fast,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, Marvel's
Yeah.
got the rhino.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, the big animals are easy. Easy.
Does anybody have the hippo?
I was thinking that when we
Yes.
brought up Killer
Hip
Croc.
flask.
It
Hip
is it
flask.
really?
Yeah.
Hip flask. That's right. Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
that.
The elephant
Flask.
men. The elephant men from
And it
Comic
also
Craft.
has the elephant. Yep,
Oh,
from
yeah.
Comic Craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Richard Starkings does the elephant one. I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's-
that would
it's
be
part
it.
of that Hip
Elephant.
Flask.
The elephant
It's
men.
in Hip
Yeah.
Flask. Yeah, that's one of
Okay.
some of the characters
Mm.
in Hip Flask are
Mhm.
elephants. And,
Ah,
yeah.
sorry.
So yes,
What's the aardvark one?
The aardvark.
That's Cerberus.
Cerebus.
Cerebus.
Yeah.
But he
Cereb-
doesn't even look like
Cerebus.
an aardvark.
I
No.
just know it was
The
an aardvark.
stylized
Earth pig.
aardvark.
He turned into a. He
Earth pig.
turned more into like a pig.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Earth
Is
pig.
there a pig?
What was that?
Um,
Is there a pig character?
Or a
Is there a
cow?
pig character?
Yeah, there's
Spider,
probably a
Spider
pig.
Ham.
Spider
Spider Ham. Oh, you're right.
Right. You're right.
You're right. Spider Ham.
There are. I think there are some pig oriented characters. Dark Horse I think had some stuff that had
Yeah.
a pig character, if I remember correctly.
Polar
Maybe.
bear.
Polar bear. I think there's a
Ooh.
polar bear hero somewhere.
There might be,
There's
but
definitely in
that
video
would be
games, there
that would
in
be an
video games,
interesting one.
But I mean, there's the panda. I mean,
in League of Legends.
Yeah,
They have
Kung Fu Panda,
that
Yeah.
Viking bear. What's his name? Bali bear.
Boris the bear. I remember
Yeah.
that one because Steve Matson colored it way back in the day.
Would you say Forrest the bear?
Boris,
Boris.
Forrest.
Boris the
Boris.
bear. That was a DC comic.
Mhm.
Has there ever been a giraffe?
I think in the Elephant Men there's a giraffe.
Yeah, I think those are all African animals in the in Hip Flask or whatever that series is called.
And why
So,
are
yeah.
all the snakes villains? Is that a throwback on
that's-
our religious beliefs?
I
Are they
think
all
so.
villains? Are they all
Or
villains?
is it just because they're creepy?
Can you
Maybe
think of one who
both.
isn't a villain?
I don't think I've
I mean-
ever
Snake
seen
Eye? No.
Snake
That's
be
Snake
a
Eye.
good character. Have you?
Snake inspired. Let's see. I don't know. I can't think of any that are actually taking the form of a snake. Like Snake Eyes is a hero, but
Yeah. So there is in Earth 616 Giraffe Man. Giraffe Man does exist in Marvel
Okay.
Universe.
oh, Diamondback, I guess, is a hero. I don't know who that is.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. He's Marvel.
Well, Viper
Yep.
in Cat and Mouse is a character, and he's like a snake, a viper, snaky guy with arms.
That's a villain, though.
Huh?
That's a villain, though, right?
Yeah, we were trying to think of a hero who's a
Yeah,
snake.
yeah, he's a villain. Is there any heroic snake characters? There isn't. I can't think of a single one because
Well, that Diamondback one is. The Diamondback.
Is he a good
Diamondback
guy?
was she
No, I don't think
no
she's a
she
snake, though. Is she? I don't think
She-
she's a snake, though.
Okay, I see. I didn't even know
also
the
known as
character that well.
Snapdragon and Diamond Girl. She used to be in the villain. She used to be a villain.
she started as a villain.
Depicted as a supervillain who was part of the Serpent Society. And then she became a series regular, and then she became into conflict. I don't know if she ends up becoming. She ends up siding with Captain America in the Civil War storyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
So she's rehabilitated or redemption.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
redemption arc. But she started out as a villain. I can't.
That's true.
Why? I mean, snakes are cool. I'll pick up snakes. I'm not afraid
Yeah.
of snakes. I don't want them to be venomous, obviously, but
I think it is. I think it probably goes back to that. The view
They
of
eat
the serpent.
they
yeah.
eat cute little mice. I think is part of the problem.
Oh.
But I think it goes back to the Garden of Eden, and they're again we're getting into the alienness of a creature. The snakes are
True.
kind of
Beady black
Are
eyes.
there any
they're just kinda
reptiles?
different.
Are there any reptilian creatures that are good guys?
I think there's a couple. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
really
thinking.
good
I'm trying to
question.
think of one, but I would think so, but I don't know for sure. Can't think of one right off.
Okay, so I've done some quick research here, and there is a good snake character or a superhero from called Nagraj from Raj Comics. I guess that's India.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
So-
probably look at reptiles
Well,
a little
Naga,
differently
because
than
it's
we
a
do.
Naga, right? A Naga is
Yeah.
viewed very differently.
Naga can be
So,
good.
and then there's and then there was one other snake character. What was it?
So what about
That,
reptiles? Is it that repulses us as a?
Oh,
as
and
a-
apparently there's one in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, well.
So what is it about reptiles that repulses us?
The
Yeah.
alien, I think
Everything.
Alienness. Yeah. Well, they don't even have legs. So I
Yeah.
mean that's
Iguanas have
first-
legs. It's a reptile. Lizards have legs.
dragon.
I think we were talking
Crocodiles
about
and alligators. I said reptiles. What is it about
Yeah, okay.
reptiles in general that repulses?
Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't know that it's repulsion.
Okay.
I just think it is a very it has.
I
taken
love
a
lizards.
Sinister
Love
role.
lizards.
Yeah.
Lizards
We-
are cool.
We have a tendency to gravitate our heroes towards good-looking animals, heroic-looking animals, fierce, lovely.
And reptiles can be ugly. I mean, but But I think that's in the eye of the beholder, though.
Because dragons,
like I said, I think
Dragons
dragons are cool.
Right,
and
and
I
when
think
you
some
consider-
lizards can be really cool.
I like iguanas.
Yeah.
the iguana. That's super about the iguana.
Or the
Iggy.
Komodo dragon. How about that?
Ooh.
But wasn't there? Oh no, that's a wrestler. All right, wait. Komodo dragon.
I think you're right. It was Komodo dragon was a. They were in let's we haven't done this for a while. They were in one of the James Bond movies.
Oh,
You remember the which one was it? It's not Quantum of Solace. It was the one after that. The one where James Bond gets shot and is out of it for a while. I can't remember the name of the movie now. But yeah. But yeah, he has a fight scene and falls into this pit with Komodo dragons. So,
oh boy.
yeah, along with the bad guy, and the bad guy gets eaten by the Komodo dragons. It's pretty cool.
Well, we've hit the top of the hour, so we,
With
like I
James
said,
Bond.
we managed to do a whole episode just on everything but insects. So insects will be an entirely different podcast.
There's a ton of insect
Oh, yeah.
associations in comics. Yeah,
Like Teen Beetle.
yeah, number one. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So we are going to call it a night, guys. And we thank you for tuning in. And as we like to say when we end a show, make mine Silverline.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens day.